بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Dear respected viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another episode of In the Shades of the Qur'an. I'm your host Qamar al-Islam and looking forward to having you all join us again on this very blessed day of Jum'ah. It's a fortnightly program broadcasted on Channel S, which is of course free to view on Sky 814. Alternatively, you can stream live online via our Channel S website. The healing effect of the glorious Qur'an is not only restricted to the ills of the society and the world, but it extends to the human being and contributes to his or her physical and mental health and well-being. Apart from our seemingly inherent ability to arrive in time for anything, it is the attention that we fail to pay to the second most greatest gift and blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestowed upon the mankind, which is called as the health. So is healthy living part and parcel of Islam? Does the Qur'an promote healthy diet and lifestyle? Is there any guidance or prescription set forth by the Qur'an or Sunnah in terms of diet or healthy lifestyle or even nutrition? All of these falls under our today's topic for discussion, which is healthy diet and lifestyle, the Quranic way. To discuss this topic, we have with us the founding principal of Al-Quran Institute London and the respected Khatib of the Darul Ummah Jami Masjid London, Fadilatul Shaykh Al-Muhtaram Hafiz Shafiq Al-Rahman Al-Madani. Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, fine. First of all, thank you very much for being here in the studio and giving us a valuable time.
Alhamdulillah, jazakumullah. And thanks to viewers to Channel S as well for being with us for this program, inshallah.
Jazakallah. Well, our topic is today, as I've said in my introduction, healthy diet and lifestyle, the Quranic way.
Yeah.
We know that obviously in terms of food, nutrition and diet, everything is prescribed. We know and our understanding is medically how important it is. Now, in terms of Islam, is healthy living part and parcel of Islam?
Of course, of course. We'll come to that, inshallah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wal aqibatu lil muttaqeen was salatu was salamu ala rasulihi Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. Amma ba'd. فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن هذا القرآن يهدي للتي هي أقوم اللهم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم ربنا لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. Respected viewers of Channel S, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Thank you to all of you for being with us in this program, inshallah. Al-Quran Al-Kareem is the last book of guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّ هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ يَهْدِي لِلَّتِي هِيَ أَقْوَمُ. This Quran guides you to the best, to the most straightforward things in your life. Of course, health being one of the most important blessings, as you have rightly mentioned, the second best ni'mah, blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Of course, the Quran and Islam cannot afford to ignore such a blessing and such an important thing for us Muslims in our life. In fact, health is life. In fact, life and health is so intertwined and so closely connected that you cannot imagine life without health and health without life. If you are healthy, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have life, and you are unhealthy, your life is meaningless.
Yeah, but when it comes to health, is there any connection between the physical health and the spiritual health?
Of course. You see, today the modern view of life, modern science, not science but scientists, modern scientists, they tend to separate the body from the mind. But when it comes to reality, they themselves accept that there is a connection between mind and body. And that is why there is a term known as psychosomatic problems.
What is that?
Psychosomatic problems. This is an illness or a condition, health condition, medically known as psychosomatic conditions, in which the health, the body is affected by the mind, and the mind is affected by the body. So there is a connection. There is a connection. Quranically and Islamically speaking, of course, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us, human beings, in two parts, in two constituents. And that is فإذا سويته ونفخت فيه من روحي فقعوا له ساجدين ولقد خلقنا الإنسان من سلالة من صلصال من حماء مسنون. In many places Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala referred to the story of the creation of Adam, and in one place he says فإذا سويته ونفخت فيه من روحي. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to the angels that when I have fashioned, I have made up the body of Adam, and I breathed into him the spirit from myself. So body and spirit, that is body and mind. And therefore, Islamically speaking, yes, of course, and Quranically speaking, body is the abode, body is the place of the ruh or the mind, and therefore there is a connection. And in a hadith, the Prophet ﷺ says that in your body, inside your body, there is a morsel. When it is correct, the whole body is correct, and when it is wrong, when it is polluted, the whole body is polluted. So yes, there is clearly connection between spirit and the physique or the body and mind. Yes.
Jazakallah. Imam Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah, he has divided into two parts the major health issues. One is the disease of heart and the physical illness. Before I move on to the physical illness, what did he mean? And as you said in the hadith, when you say disease of the heart, what does it actually mean when Imam Ibn al-Qayyim said, what is the actual meaning of the disease of the heart?
Disease of the heart refer to certain thoughts, certain concepts, certain conditions within our heart that actually corrupt the heart, like greed, envy, revenge, and things like that. You know.
Yeah, it might not necessarily be visible in medical examination, but it's in the thought. Okay.
So, when spiritually speaking, we speak of the heart. We do not speak of the heart that is there, you know, inside that. You know, we see it, you know, physically. We do not mean that heart which is physically there, you know.
Are you talking about the ruh, the soul?
Yeah, we are talking about the ruh and the soul, that spirit, that power within a human being that is invisible, but it controls the mind, it controls the thoughts, it controls even the body, it controls the behavior, you know. That part is what is known as the mind or the spirit, and that is the part that is referred to in hadith that I mentioned earlier, that you know, ala wa inna fil jasadi mudghatan idha salahat salaha al jasadu kulluhu wa idha fasadat fasada al jasadu kulluhu ala wa hiya al qalb. That morsel, that piece of flesh, you know, when it is corrected, when it is correct, that is, the whole body is correct. When it is corrupt, the whole body is
corrupt. Yeah. Now, moving to the physical illness, we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created foods and lot of vegetables, or whatever we can include on this earth, for the benefit of human being, so that we can take advantage from it by living healthy, by gaining energy from it, maintaining a well-balanced lifestyle. How can it be then possible that nowadays we see a lot of the physical illness and chronic illness or diseases are directly or indirectly associated with food?
Well, this is a very important thing for us to understand, that in modern day, in modern life, and in view of the facts scientifically available to us, you know, practically available to us, the statistics available to us by health organizations, governments, you know, World Health Organization, etc., etc. There is so much of food. There is so much of things to eat and things to drink.
Not only that, nowadays we have cooking shows and competitions, a lot of things.
So much. Yeah. That means that actually more and more people are dying out of eating too much and having too much to eat.
You mean the excessive, the excess.
Right, yes, that's right. rather than not having to eat, rather than out of hunger. In other words, people are dying out of hunger, yes, around the world, we know.
That's true, one part of the world, yes. But the other part of the developed part of the world, people are dying due to the excess amount of food. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, excess amount of food intake. And there are so many, if we go to doctor and hospital, we will always hear them saying, you know, control your diet, control your diet, have a balanced diet. What is it? What does it mean? It means that there is so much for us to eat. Consider going to Sainsbury or Tesco, for example.
Or any other supermarket.
Or in the supermarket.
Yeah.
See how many hundreds of items of biscuits, for example, hundreds of items of this and the food items here and there.
Yeah.
So, you see, people are dying out of eating too much. Okay. So, in here comes Islamic guidance. Inshallah,
I'll come back to that, inshallah. My dear viewers, it's interesting that how one part of the world we see people are dying out of hunger and the other developed part of the world are dying because of the excess in food. So what is the balance? How do we find the balance in it? We'll discuss this after a short commercial break. Don't go too far away, stay connected and do stay tuned with us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.